Right, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Lexus IS 250 SE. Finished in black, full black leather interior, low mileage car, just 64,000 miles on this particular car, and a really fine example. You see the lights and lenses completely intact. Front bumper's very good, obviously just some very light stone chips which you're going to get over the years of the vehicle, but they're not like chips, they're just like it's very slight marks as you expect, but completely in keeping with the age and mileage of the car. Bonnet itself is very clean. Any stone chips are very minor indeed. There are a few, but they are, as I said, minuscule. Come down the near side even of the vehicle first. Really clean in the panel work. Very clean and crisp car, this one. Front wing, absolutely unmarked. Front near side alloy, very good and original, which is amazing on one of these cars. There is some curbing on the outside edge, which you'd clearly expect to see. As I said, it just keeps the originality of the car as much as anything else. The panel work is very clean. It's not to say there aren't any marks, there will be, and we positively encourage people to come and see the cars to obviously check them for themselves. Rear alloy, really good. And then to come in the back of the car. Bumper is as clean as a whistle. Top of the boot lid there. Again, there's no marks or where people rested on there. And then offside of the vehicle, again, really clean and crisp in the panel work. It just looks like a much younger car. Rear net, offside alloy, very clean. And then the remainder of the panel work, really very good indeed. Then final alloy, again exhibits curbing on the outside edge, but the main spokes, very clean, rust free, corrosion free, but externally one of the very nicest you'll see. Just come to the boot area, beautifully finished inside, as you'd expect from Lexus, all in very fine order. Just coming towards the back, rear door card, pretty much looks as new in all honesty. Back of the car, really fantastic condition. Rear seats, footwell area is very clean and tidy, and the leather work is absolutely beautiful. This passenger front door card, again absolutely superb. Footwell area, clean as a whistle. Leather seat on this passenger side, all the electrical adjustments, but in very fine order. Over to the front, driver's door card, again really clean and tidy, only the tiniest amount of wear on it. Again, footwell areas all very clean and tidy. The driver's seat is exceptionally good. You know, obviously just a tiniest bit of wear on the bolsters, but very minor. So sat inside the car now, engine's running as it has been all the way through the video, but the dashboard absolutely stunning. It's in beautiful condition. As you can see there, sat nav all fully operational. Videos don't really get across just how nicely this car's actually been kept. It's all the little recesses been kept really beautifully. Hardly needed cleaning in all honesty when it came in. It's just been kept so beautifully well. And come across the main binnacle here. 64,882 miles currently recorded, and then you've got your multi function steering wheel there, paddles for the gear change, auto lights and auto wipers on there, but as I said, been kept in beautiful condition. So finally, just to show you, very importantly of course, but quite often overlooked, we do have here the original owner's manual pack for the engine, car and sat-nav system, and very importantly the Lexus lock and wheel nut key is here and present with the car. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus IS 250 SE, and this is the multimedia packed car. This particular car is registered YG55 YG55PVS, and mileage at the start of this brief road test is 64,878 miles. The reason for the road tests, as I say in every video, is we just want customers to see the cars we're selling actually in operation. That way, if there's any issues with the vehicle, we can and we will, and we always do relay them back to you. We've gone to see cars, told they're good, and as soon as we got there and driven them, we found out there's a fundamental problem which would have been immediately obvious. It's a hugely frustrating thing and a complete waste of people's time, and hence that's why we do it. So if there's anything on this car, you'll get to know about it. Road tests are also done on very quiet country roads just outside our premises, so hopefully it'll be representative for what you'll feel yourself. And given this is actually rush hour around here, it just shows you just how quiet it is. It just makes it for a nice peaceful experience. So coming to the car itself, engine starts absolutely immediately, settles to very smooth, very even idle. I've said it before, say it again, this simply brilliant engine, wonderfully smooth, keen to rev, very smooth on the revs, very, very, very quiet as well at doing so, but when you do press it, sounds absolutely lovely. It's a really, really wonderful unit. This particular example, exactly as it should be, smooth, quiet, vibration free, absolutely no warning lights on the dashboard apart from a low fuel light currently. Temperature gauge running at just under 1/2, which is exactly where it should be on a Lexus car, but the engine faultless, absolutely faultless. It's lovely. Engine then goes through into the Lexus automatic gearbox, typical Lexus gearbox of course. As with the engine, smooth as butter. It really is a beautiful transmission. Perfectly matched the engine as well. Really, really great match. Right size and power of engine to utilise the auto box. That you'd never feel you're lacking in power at all. It's just a wonderful combination. Gearbox selects absolutely smoothly. No thumping into gear when you're selecting drive or reverse, nothing like that. It's exactly what it should be, and it trickles around at low speed very smoothly indeed. Steering on the car, I'll wait till I get around the corner, tracks bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel at all on the vehicle with this or any other speed. Feels tight and taut in my hand. There's no slop or slack in it at all. Same with the suspension on the car. You can hear it going over the bumps, albeit very quietly. It's very subdued like there, but there's none of those sort of secondary noises, little clonks or bangs from underneath. Normally relatively innocent stuff like sort of anti-roll bar links, but can make a car feel very, very old indeed. What the video can't really get across, of course, is just how nicely these things drive. The chassis and the steering work perfectly together. Steering's beautifully weighted, geared brilliantly well. It flows, the car really does flow. You've got very good body control from the suspension, yet it's supple enough to go over the sharpest ridges without being in any way jarring. But it's also it's a nimble car. It doesn't feel like a big car at all. It feels very, very agile, but a brilliantly set up vehicle. Brakes on the car, lovely solid brake pedal. The actual pedal itself is in the brakes underneath are in fantastic order. Having said there's no traffic this morning, of course. Here we go. Hopefully he's just going to be a couple of seconds while I carry on talking about the car. The brake pedal, as I said, very good. Pads, discs were in really fine order underneath. It's just been through MOT yesterday actually. No advisories at all. In fact, the only thing that was mentioned was how good the brakes were. So they're on fine fettle. Looking around inside the vehicle, it's in absolutely stunning condition in here. Full black leather interior, of course. Dashboard is in beautiful, beautiful condition. High up sat nav system working perfectly. Forms part of this multimedia pack, so you obviously get the rear camera. Brilliant Mark Levinson stereo system. If you like your music, and you want to be able to listen to all the little bits on it, you'll love it. It's a wonderful, wonderful sound system. What's going on here? Sorry, it's slightly disjointed this morning. It's all people doing various little jobs, all essential, I'm sure. But yeah, the sound system is absolutely superb. It really is. I think he's going to let me go, so I just need to concentrate on not jumping the queue. There we go. And obviously you get the Bluetooth for the hands-free telephone system as well. What the videos again can't really get across is just how brilliantly built this car is. No squeaks, no rattles, no buzzers, no trim creaks, nothing at all. It feels, you know, it feels like I'm driving a 2-year-old car, not a car this age and vintage. And that's genuinely, and I've always maintained it, this is real world build quality. Not when manufacturers send their cars to motoring magazines when they're brand new and they feel well built. This is 12, 13 years down the line and it still feels beautifully built. And there's some so-called prestige premium car makers which they claim to be very well made, and in my personal experience with them, it's nothing could be further from the truth. But dashboard, all the readouts, all pixelation's absolutely perfect. Heated seats, cooled seats work perfectly well. Dual zone climate control system's working perfectly, and the whole car just drives sensationally well, which kind of brings me to the end of the video. You know, the point of the video is to pick up on any issues. I can't find anything on this car that merits a mention at all. You know, whoever genuinely is lucky enough to buy this car will be buying a wonderful example of a simply superb vehicle. As ever, if I've missed anything on the video, obviously don't hesitate, do give us a call. So apologise for the slightly disjointed nature of the video this morning, but out of my control, as they say.